What up, people? It's your boy Comic Chat with a brand new show. Welcome to the B side. Sit back, relax. I explain to you what the contents of the show are going to be. I hope you enjoy it. Let's go. What up? What up? What up? It's your boy Comic Chat. Hey, if you have not seen my channel before, any of my content, I'm going to ask you to do a couple of things. First thing, what I need you to do is please subscribe to the channel. Hit that subscribe button. It's only going to take you 1 second. Also, hit the notification bell because I don't want you to miss any material that I upload in the future. Also, give me that thumbs up. Thumbs down don't matter anymore, but thumbs up definitely helps YouTube algorithm. And also, leave a comment. I read all my comments. I try to respond back to you in a timely fashion. This is a new show that I sat down today. I was watching a movie and I said, damn, this might be pretty interesting to talk about. So what I'm going to try and do is once a week watch a B movie. And a B movie is what I classify as something that doesn't make the big screen, doesn't make the theaters. A lot of people don't hear about it, but it's something that, look, you may or may not enjoy it. Sometimes the plot ain't really good, but sometimes it's just action. Sometimes it is something you just shut your mind off. Don't worry about nothing. Just enjoy the movie for what it is. It's not going to make sense sometimes. Sometimes it's going to be all crazy and miscombobulated. Points on that don't actually add up, but it is going to be something that is enjoyable because there's a lot of fighting, martial arts, blowing up, that kind of stuff. That's mainly what I like to watch. So this movie that I'm going to critique, if you saw the intro, is called Lazarus. And let me show you right here a picture of Lazarus. Okay, his name is Ray Lazarus. As you can see right here, you get on like this leather suit, and this mask and stuff. Now, this is a very cookie cutter movie. Basically, it's like they took Spawn, they took a little bit of ideas from The Crow, took a little bit of ideas from Street Hawk, if you remember that, about the motorcycle. Took a little bit of ideas of Bloodshot, I think, with Vin Diesel. It kind of threw it all into one. And so I'm just going to try. I hope you follow me. I'm going to try to explain this as simply as possible. It's kind of two stories going in one. Okay, there are these two beings. Mystical beings. It don't explain what they are, whether they one appears to be good based on his name, the other appears to be bad based on the name. We're not sure where they come from, what they're doing, but they're trying to create balance within the world. Someone that's super powerful that's evil, someone that's super powerful that's good. Okay, the person that trains, I guess, the good guy, from what I can tell, his name is Hellborn. Hellborn. It's played by a white actor, and he's kind of pulling the strings. You see later in the movie that his partner was a female. Her name was Epiphany, a white female, but I think the shapeshifters and they can change appearances and all that kind of stuff. But basically, once every generation, they say that they find someone else who they deem is worthy of it, and once this person is killed, they can bring him back to life, like the namesake Lazarus. This guy's name was Ray Lazarus. They can bring him back to life, and they can imbue them with superpowers. Superpowers is super strength. They're like a leech. They draw the energy from whatever person that they kill, and they remember this person's memories. They whatever fighting skills they have, whatever kind of skills they have, he now incorporates it into his body. He keeps and learns it, and he has a healing factor. Whenever he kills, he instantly heals. Like I said, super strength, super speed, and he has an energy absorption. Energy absorption sound like a leech, but Sean Riggs is good. No, Ray, I'm sorry, that's the actor's name. Is Sean Riggs, but the character name is Ray Lazarus, and he is a good person. He's in this city called Paradise City. Like it's somewhere in the near, not too distant future, maybe 23 something, 24 something. It doesn't really tell. But the name of the city is Paradise City, and of course, there's a drug. The drug is called synth. That's all it's called. They don't tell you what it is, but I guess it's like our version of cocaine or crack or something. But it's called synth. Synth, like short for synthesize, and it's killing people at an alarming rate. So Ray is trying to fight people, but he gets killed, kind of like how the Crow, Brandon Lee, and he played, gets killed, comes back, and he's all powered up. Now, one thing he can't do, he can't hurt Hailstorm or Hellborn. Hellborn, who gave him the powers. Whenever he tried to attack him, he hurt himself. So he can't hurt Hellborn. But Hellborn is kind of like the clown that we see in Spawn, but he doesn't look so evil and stuff. He's a white male. He can appear and disappear and stuff. And he kind of guides Lazarus on his mission. So Lazarus is full with anger and revenge because they killed him and they killed his friends and stuff and killing people in his neighborhood. So he takes on the mantle of Lazarus and he dresses in this black suit at first. But then his friend name is Pogo, a white male, a mechanic. I guess he's some kind of engineering genius as well. They don't explain all that. But he builds his suit because earlier in the movie, we don't see this. This happens off camera. He gets hurt in a bad motorcycle accident. So he builds his suit or makes his suit that has some kind of, he call it triple weaving or something, where if it gets damaged, it can weave itself back together. And he had his helmet with some kind of polymer spray he put on it. And you'll see how the helmet, this is the helmet right here that I'm going to show you. That's the whole suit right there. It's like bulletproof, can't be burned, torn, shot through, whatever stab. And the mask protects his head. Now, why Lazarus would need this, I don't know. But part of the helmet was to cover his identity because they didn't want people that killed him to know that he was still alive. But anyway, he gives Lazarus his suit, and Lazarus showed him what he can do. Now, what is crazy is that when they saw Lazarus do all this stuff, they weren't scared or wigged out or nothing because he like to prove he could do it. He cut his hand instantly healed back up. But Pogo's his boy, and I think now that Lazarus used to be a Marine. That's one of the reasons why I like the movie too. I was a Marine at one time, ex-Marine, and his whole platoon, a lot of members of his platoon was his buddies that helped him. One of his platoon members' name was Chapel, an older black guy. They call him Sarge in the movie, so I guess he was one of their sergeants. Hell of a fighter. These Marines, I don't know what kind of training they got, but they were a hell of a martial artist. It was like a whole platoon of them, and they just get on board helping Lazarus, and they try to help him overthrow the bad guys. Now, the bad guys, the main protagonist, his name was Testament, played by Adam Polindo. And Testament is a rich, powerful white male who controls the city, pulling the strings, and nobody can lay their hands on him. Nobody can pin any of this crime against him. But he's very powerful, egotistical, a narcissist, all this kind of stuff, and he kills people's own whims and stuff. He is doing what he's doing because his sister, her name is Priscilla, she's dying of some kind of disease. They don't tell us what it is, but she's dying. He comes visit her and stuff, and he promises that he will try and he's going to save her. He's not going to let her die like their parents did. I think their mother had some kind of disease, and the daddy didn't do anything about it. They kind of resent the daddy because they're from a privileged, powerful family. So he said he don't know why his dad didn't try to do anything. But he's been trying to get doctors from all over the country, all over the world to help his sister, but he can't. So when Lazarus first comes back, he destroys and kills some people that was trying to kill this black girl who was like a drug dealer for Testament. Her name was Ember, black female. So she's going to make the drop off. She has the money and she has the drugs. She's coming for the money. So when she exchanged the money, drugs for the money, then the guy, he's a low level drug dealer. He tries to take advantage of her and don't pay her for it. So she runs and gets away from him. He sends his guys. They get her corner in this alleyway, and then Lazarus, who's just newly been reborn, is walking and stumbling in the alleyway, and he tell them to leave her alone. Of course, they don't. They pick at Lazarus and say they're gonna kick his butt if you don't leave. Then he kind of blanks out. And next thing we know, they're dead. When he wakes up, he's in the apartment of Ember, the black female, and the love interest at this point. And he's all healed up. She don't understand what happened. And then she gives him, he freezes while she goes to the room to get something. He sees her and she's like frozen in time. And that's when we first meet Hellborn. Hellborn explains to Ray Lazarus, look, this is what happened. You died. I brought you back. Your mission is to kill the bad guys, steal their memories and powers. Also, you can heal. You can do all this amazing stuff, but you have to absorb their essence in order to live and survive. So he goes like on this mission and stuff. Kind of fast forward a little bit. The girl, he gets the girl back, Ember, because she's mad because like 2 days later he comes back to look. I don't know what's going on. I just learned some stuff, and he shows her what he can do. And then the bad guy, Testament, sends his goons to go over there try to kill the girl. But then, of course, Lazarus saves her. She sees all the stuff he can do. That he takes her to his friend, like I mentioned earlier, Pogo, the white guy that makes the suit for him and the helmet. And just let her stay there so keep her safe while he goes out and try to do his thing. Well, he runs into his sergeant, like I told you earlier, and the sergeant name is Chapel. And Chapel and him, they devise a plan to take down all the drug dealers, and they start doing it one by one. And eventually, his ex-Marine platoon comes in to help him. And of course, a couple of their platoon members get killed in the different fights and stuff. And then Testament goes to this witch, I guess, or card ruler or something, played by one of my favorite singers of all time, Maya. And Maya's name in this is, I want to tell you the right thing. Her name is Nora. And she's a fortune teller. She has these cards. I forgot what you call the cards, where you can spread out and you flip the cards over, and then she can tell you what it means. But what we don't know, what we didn't see off scene, is that Epiphany, the other ghost or whatever, went to Maya and said, look, you tell Testament whatever I tell you to tell him, because we want him to be the opposite of Lazarus. So Lazarus is good, Testament is bad. So they want to give Testament the same powers that they give Lazarus. Now, they never tell us why they want to do this. All they say is there must be a balance. So it must be as powerful as good and powerful as evil. So she tells Testament to come over there, Nora, played by Maya, the witch or the card teller or card reader, tarot cards. That's what she had, tarot cards. And she tells Testament to go over there, and she reads the cards, and then she knows exactly where these people are coming from, because Epiphany, the good or the bad spirit or whatever, explained to her what she's supposed to do. So she tells, and then Testament, of course, asks, can his power be taken? Kind of like how the guy did in The Crow. You know how he took Brandon's power by capturing the crow, the bird. So this guy had the same plot. Well, I'm gonna take this power, then I can heal my sister, or give the power to my sister. She can heal herself, and I'll save her. That was his plan. Well, of course, she tells him that yeah, the power can be taken, but you must send your most powerful warrior after Lazarus, and he must break his spirit. Once his spirit is broken, then you can have the power. Which we think at the time that is true, but it's actually a lie. He's trying to take Epiphany and Hellborn is trying to take all the pieces off the chessboard, so to speak, so Lazarus can kill Testament, and then Testament can be re-arisen again, raised from the dead, and be endued the same powers that Lazarus had. But we don't know this at this point. So Testament sends his hitman. His name is Endless, and he's played by Rich Paul, an actor called Rich Paul. And this sucker, he is bad to the bone. Like a 10 millionth degree black belt in whatever different forms of art. He is like at the peak of his. He's a stone cold killer. Cool, man. I mean, he is cool. So he goes, he kills probably about 4 or 5 of Lazarus' friends, ex-platoon members from the Marines. He kills them one by one. And these guys can fight, but they're no match for Endless. Endless is just on a different level. He kills them and he collects their keychains. The last person he fights is Sarge. And his Sarge name, of course, is Chapel. And Chapel is the badass. Chapel is right under Lazarus as far as skill set. So him and Chapel fighting, and at first Chapel is holding his own, but then it's like Endless goes into a different mode, man, and he kills Chapel. Lazarus goes to where Chapel's almost dying, I think like a laundromat or somewhere, and talks to him and realizes what happened. And Chapel says, "Look, I heard him. He said, I didn't kill him, but I hurt him. And then, of course, Lazarus said, well, I thank you for softening him up for me. And then Chapel dies. Then he goes, Lazarus goes after Endless. He goes to some room, someplace. I don't know how like I said, whenever he kills somebody, he can absorb their memories and thoughts and stuff. So when he kills somebody, or I think maybe he touched Sarge before he died, was able to see where Endless was at. So he goes, him and Endless fights. And at first, Endless is holding his own, but then Lazarus goes into a different level and kills Endless. Then he gets Endless thoughts and powers and skill set, and he finds out where the head boss is at Testament. So Testament has this whole army at this warehouse, and Lazarus goes through all of them. Then Lazarus and Testament's about to fight. Now this is where it turns strange. After Lazarus killed all Testament's army, he get these additional powers, like he could shoot like a shock wave or something at you, and smoke would come out of his body, and the smoke would just take your whole energy and spirit and everything. So he had two additional powers: the smoke and some kind of thing he would shoot up, look kind of like Magneto. It would just knock people out. Now he goes and he finds Testament. And Testament's waiting for him. But Testament had these gauntlets on his hand that has electricity on them. And for a few seconds, the electricity seemed to be hurting Lazarus. I said, that don't make sense. If this guy could shoot this and shoot the mist out and stuff, why is he using that? But he didn't use it. Testament gets the best of Lazarus probably for about 4 or 5 minutes. Lazarus like levels up, gets up, then he's about to kill Testament. And just before he's about to kill him, then he started thinking flashbacks and saw that he was set up the whole time by Hellborn, because Hellborn and Epiphany are working together to try to get the good version and the bad version. So he doesn't kill Testament. Hellborn appears like, what are you doing? You not long got to work on this, man? I'm trying to get this. He said, look, you set me up the whole time since day one, and I'm not going to do your dirty work for you anymore. So he leaves and going on his way. And as he's going out, there's this cop. And the cop name is Pogue. Benjamin Pogue. And these cops are there like, they're so slow, but Pogue, I guess he's supposed to be like the Commissioner Gordon of the town. Paradise City is the name of the town. So he gets a drop on Lazarus as Lazarus leaving the scene. Lazarus said, look, man, I didn't cause all this. This came to me. I was already dead, but they did this, and this. So Pogue has a gun on Lazarus. He said, these are high velocity rounds, and at this distance, I'll kill you, and this, and this. You won't be able to survive. And then he says, well, I'm going to give you to daylight or whatever. I don't know why he did this, because he's been hunting Lazarus the whole time. But for whatever reason, he lets Lazarus go. Lazarus gets on this super bike, like a Hayabusa, some kind of crazy Hayabusa, drives off. Pogue lets him go. He said, I'm going to give you until sunrise. Then I'm going to go hunt for you. Then it flashes back to the body of Endless that Lazarus killed. And then a different version of Epiphany came and kind of woke him up. So now it looks like instead of getting Testament the power, you're going to give the power to Endless. And that's kind of how it goes off. Like I said, this is a B movie. Stories don't always coincide, don't make sense. The dots are not always connected. It kind of jumped from this to this. But hey, I watched it. I enjoyed it because I like the martial arts and stuff. Nothing I would go pay to see. This was on Hulu. So if you want to watch it, I recommend if you're not doing anything, you just want a movie that you just can turn your brain off, and it's like from the 80s. That's the style it was, and there's something that does pass some time. I recommend this movie. If I got to grade it, I'm gonna give it maybe a C minus, maybe D plus. Not that fantastic, nothing to go spend money on. But if you have Hulu, you ain't got nothing to do on a Saturday or Sunday. You want some good old action, something that is not going to be coherent, that you can connect the dots because it jumps from this, and this. It doesn't explain a lot of stuff. But like I said, if you just want a good old action movie, in fact, it was 1 hour and 6 minutes. So it's not that very long. 1 hour, correction, 106 minutes. That's how long it was, 106 minutes. So that's 60, not quite even 2 hours, because 120 minutes is 2 hours. So it's about and an hour and 45 minutes, somewhere in that time frame. So it's not bad. So, like I said, if you ain't got nothing you want to do, check it out. I recommend it. Like I said, don't go here and say that Danny said this movie is the bomb. I'm not telling you it's the bomb. This is a B movie, something you won't see in the theaters. It's something that if you like just a movie that got a lot of action, story is not coherent, it doesn't connect the dots. There's a lot of things to jump over and over, but it's something to watch. Check this movie out. Now, if you have, like I said earlier, if you haven't seen my channel before, please subscribe. Please hit notification bell. Please, please, please leave a comment. Give me a thumbs up. I want to hear anything you got to say about this review. And like I said, I'm going to try and do this every Saturday. Like I said, it's called Welcome to the B Side, because it's a B movie. I'm going to be critiquing nothing but B movies on this particular show. So if you like it, please leave a comment. Please give me a thumbs up. Until next time, peace.